You know, considering how many people are out just trying to kill me, it's surprising no one's trying to take this town. I mean, I'm sure they've tried, but the the guard seems to be the announcer robot. A random caravan composed of what? A merchant and 3 guards, and the sheriff. I really can't say that's all that impressive. Something's up. I'm back here outside Megaton, and this greeter robot continues to be very annoying. Just had... Okay, that was interesting. Anyway, just had breakfast, got some trading done, and it is currently 1 o'clock. The original plan, if I recall correctly, it's been actually a rather hectic sort of late morning, early afternoon. The original plan was to head down here, see what there is, sort of see if I can find anything useful. Last time I got detoured and ended up over here in Fairfax Ruins. Ended up ambushed by some raiders and had to turn around to resupply on ammo and the like. I did get ammo, and after a bit of sort of hunting, managed to come up with about 5 stimpaks. So I think actually, do I want to go down again, or do I want to try and go over this time? I'm thinking I want to go over... Yes, I want to go over. So again, destination sort of 1 is the Tepid Sewers, destination 2 is over here, just walking around. And off we go. Over breakfast, I did give a bit of consideration to my long-term goals. Found something resembling a map, and after bringing up my sort of aspirations to travel north, just in casual conversation, I found that it was roughly sort of, I don't want to say 2 week, a little bit over 2 week, sort of a 15 to 20 day trip, depending on sort of your luck and raider encounters and the like. But seeing as how I do have access to a motorcycle, that would only be maybe 10-day travel, depending on the, I don't want to say condition of the roads, but condition of the rubble on what used to be the roads. And with that in mind, I also have a distance of, for the sake of simplicity, let's call it about 500 miles. So after a bit of basic arithmetic, that gives me 10 miles per tank of motorcycle fuel. So I'll need 50 tanks of gas, enough food for, let's say 2 weeks. Of course, if push comes to shove, I can, as much as I would like to avoid doing so, but I could always ditch the bike. Far from optimal, as they do seem to be relatively rare. possibly a couple of extra tanks of gas, repair kit. Something like a 500-mile journey is going to be pretty hard on it, so I'm going to need to have it repaired all the way up. Let's see, are you going to shoot at me? Not sure. Yes, you are. Okay. So, as this pleasant individual has just demonstrated, Sam Warwick. Let's see. Sunglasses. Sniper rifle in poor condition. Probably a good thing. Leather armor. Horribly heavy. Jet. Combat knife, always useful. Baseball and gloves. And enough ammo to cover me shooting you to loot said ammo. Anyway, back to the travel plans. I'm thinking, just for margins of safety, enough gas for 500 and maybe 25 miles. And enough food for, sort of food and drink for 2 weeks. That should get me safely to my destination. Also, a number of caps. I'm thinking 2,000 caps would be more than sufficient, seeing as how I could probably stop and scavenge anything remotely useful that I can buy. And I do not like the looks of you. I would almost say a waste of ammo, but considering it took 2 shots to kill you, I'm thinking not. Which brings up the next part. A large supply of ammo. Probably several hundred rounds, just to be safe. Huh. Let's see. Well, you're free to go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I thought I was dead for sure. Here, I managed to hide these supplies before they tied me up. You take them. It's the best I can do to thank you. Okay, if you say so. I can't thank you enough, stranger.
Probably don't need that, and realistically you're in pretty bad shape. Let's see. Bobby pins, drinks. Oh. Have a look at that here in a second. Ammo, stim pack. Anything back here? gun. Okay. Let's check the transcript here.
Candace, it's Ralph. Tell Dad there's no way in hell I'm spending nuclear Armageddon trapped with him in a fucking closet. You can have my number. It's 6. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a mushroom cloud to walk into. Have a happy Holocaust.
Okay, interesting information. Also, seeing as how it's labeled 5 of 5, there's probably another 4 that I need to find. That's not good. Oh, Brad Riches. That, however, is not. Okay. Apparently, the big, ugly, giant crab thing? Yeah, big, ugly, giant crab thing. So the tepid sewers that I'm after should be directly in front. Probably there. And this looks promising, possibly. Dukov's place. I'll come back later. I'm sure it'll still be around. Alright, so... Oops, that's not it. The, mole rat repellent stick. Look, mole rats. Well, some meat samples from said mole rats, but I think there might be a problem with the repellent. As it seems to be, causing spontaneous, spontaneous cranial detonation. See, walkers. The good thing, however, is that the, appears to have a rather significant amount of loot. And loot is, I don't want to say never a bad thing, but always appreciated. Hmm. Let's see, that looks to be some sort of a gas leak. Steam leak, gas leak. Oh, definitely gas leak. Do I have anything? Hmm. No, let's use a grenade. Or, nah, I think it's actually safe to avoid the gas. It just appears to, be that one spot. Hmm. I'll have to do some samples on the, mole rat, remains. Oh, I guess samples on the samples to figure out what exactly is causing the, spontaneous explosion of the heads. Let's see, let's go ahead and grab whatever you had on you. And I might have a map. Down this way. Up here doesn't have anything. Okay, here we go. That's not good. So, mines, mines. Raiders. Okay, how to approach this? One in the middle. One's on the side. I'm not sure if it's just me. But it seems to be getting a bit easier to disarm these mines without them even beginning to go off. I guess it's all the practice from that minefield area. And realistically, by this point, there wouldn't be any more mines except the active ones. Okay, combat shotgun key, and some shotgun shells. I'm thinking if I come back this way with a sort of full pockets, as it were, stick any so scary premonition of the sort of raider encampment. Sniper rifle is probably not the best weapon. So if I come back through here, probably pile all the armor bits. Huh. Guess not. Oh, I guess that is sort of the nature of a head injury. Let's go check this out just to be safe. Okay. Maybe not quite as safe as I was thinking. Although with only 3 of them. Let's see, 2 with bunk beds, 4. That's probably all of them. Alright. vacuum cleaner. It's heavy, but I know I can use it for parts. I'm going to stick the vacuum cleaner as well as any other sort of heavy bits in one of those containers up near the entrance, or up near the barricade thing that the raiders set up. Let's see. A sniper rifle that uses 5.56 ammo. Interesting. Also, I'm thinking I should start packing some sort of an energy weapon. Probably a laser pistol would be sufficient. Just in my bag to hopefully help set off the things like gas leaks. Ooh, grenade. Ooh, 2 grenades. Alright, a quick, that one's mine, that's... "17 frag grenades, good grief. I don't need that many. Actually, I don't have any ammo for it. But that should be enough to set off a gas leak, or a pocket of gas or something. Do I have... I'm a little bit... supplies, pre-war money... Come back for all this, just don't want to get too bogged down, especially when clearing mines. Okay. Well, I think it's conclusive and safe to assume So, as I was saying, I think it's safe to assume that whatever's on the repellent stick is less of a repellent and more of a well, head-exploding substance. And actually, I think I'm going to clear this out, and if there's nothing well, there always seems to be another door. Ooh, there we go. Leaf blower. Iron. Sledgehammer. Yes, what was I saying? Right, let's see, the more repellent, less of a repellent, continual access to seems to be self-replicating doors. Sensor modules, empty batteries. I'm almost willing to say that this is cleared out. Which brings me, I think, back to my sort of travel plans. So, 500 miles, I'm going to say 2 weeks, just in case. It's better to have slightly more than not enough. What is this? This is some sort of area, and it looks like it opens out. No, it doesn't. Georgetown. Let's have a quick peek. Okay. Interesting. Definitely worth coming back to, but not knowing the area, it's definitely not something I'd go into loaded down with the various bits and bobs I've just scavenged. So, yes, travel plans. I keep forgetting where I was. So 500 miles is 50 tanks of fuel, probably maybe 55, sort of at most to account for detours. Although, actually the number was a little bit over, or sorry, a little bit under 500 miles, so 500 is sort of accounting for detours. So 50 minimum, probably 55 would be more than sufficient. Parts to repair the bike, 2 weeks food and water, probably 200, or sorry, I'd like to see 2,000 caps. It's probably not going to happen. But 2,000 caps would be plenty to cover sort of travel expenses as well as getting settled. Enough ammo for sort of several days. I don't really anticipate being attacked constantly on the road. Stealthboy Power Fist. Really all that exciting. So, money, ammo, probably several hundred rounds. I'd like to take probably 500 rounds of 308 for the sniper rifle, a couple hundred rounds for the 10mm, maybe 250 rounds of, or 250 shells for the shotgun, a little bit of energy ammo just to have it, and so probably relatively trivial to clip something together and have it explode. A couple of or probably a good number of frag grenades, and a probably small handful of mines. All in all, I think that's going to be probably 200, probably close to 200 pounds of equipment and gear and consumables and the like. Not accounting for anything that I sort of find on the way. Of course, then again, sort of any time I stop and clear out an area for the night, it would be probably a couple of things here and there. And the path I'm planning on following is a sort of caravan route. So, worst case scenario, I could always trade for anything that I sort of desperately, or I don't want to get to be desperately out of point, but anything I'm running low on could be traded for. So, unfortunately, or rather fortunately in this case, I appear to have finished my little research project. And cleared out the sewers, and found a new area to go explore. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to there, but sort of knowing how to get there is always a bonus. And I'm pretty sure I could just walk the bike through here. Not exactly fast, but yeah, I could definitely squeeze it through here. I'll need to remember to pack some energy ammo and a laser pistol I found. See if that'll set off the gas leaks. I'm almost positive that a explosive like a frag grenade would do it, but seems to be a waste. So, with that said, I think I will catch up with everyone once I get back to, no. Yeah, I think I'll catch back up with everyone once I get back to town. Not quite back to Megaton just yet, but I figured while I'm here, I might as well strip a couple of these raiders of their armor. I'm already overloaded enough, so no real loss, as long as the bike can hold everything. Speaking of, at some point I do need to go find the... well, I just need to set aside some caps for... oh, so much for that. Actually, I should be able to repair some. The leaf blower. And... okay, so I do have a little bit too much weight. Stick some in the vending machine over here. Let's see. So we need 300. There we go. That's light enough. Right, I do need to get the upgrades for the motorcycle. I'll probably cook up another batch of fuel for it. So Super Duper Mart to Megaton. It's not too far, but call it 2.5 miles. And I'm finally feeling confident that nobody's gonna go trying to shoot me in the town. Always a good thing. Almost 5 though. Well, I'm gonna talk to Moira real quick. Then probably spend... no, I think I can make one more outing today. So, let's see what you've got to say.
Huh. Did you know the human body can survive without the stomach or spleen? Oh, what's up?
Interesting random bit of trivia. But, about this mole rat repellent.
Oh, I can't wait to hear how the repellent's working.
After some extensive testing...
oh, excellent. Substantial field testing, precise reports, and such dedication. Huh. What more could I ask for in a research assistant? So, how did my chemical repellent work? Safe and clean like a charm, I'll bet.
Fatal allergy?
Those poor little mole ratties. if I could make a hypoallergenic version. Oh, but that'd hardly be effective. I should mention that. Proper handling of mole rats could be important if they could be domesticated. Milk, maybe? Oh, anyway, keep the repellent. Oh, but for your trouble, here, have the leftover chems from working on the repellent. I'm sure you can find some use for them.
Let's see, Jet, Psycho. Oh great, Jet and Psycho. I've got a sneaking suspicion that I should probably avoid those chems.